And we are live. Welcome to Annie's Flock Weekly Live, or welcome back. My name is Annie, and today we are doing the live with Miss Lucy, my 8-year-old, almost, well, I want to say maybe 9 now. 9-year-old Indian ringneck. So today in this live, the topic that was chosen was a live training session, the spin. So I decided to do it in my bird room because it's easier for me to train here. So you might hear my birds in the back. That's Olive. So the topic that was chosen today was the live training session, the spin, and I decided to bring Lucy out for this because although she is trained to spin, her spins have been a little bit, well, they're not super clean. Let's just put it that way. So I decided to take her in so that way we can do a little training session and we can clean up her spin. So, of course, when you start with a bird that has not been trained at all for the spin, it's going to go slower than what you're going to see here. Having said that, I'm going to try to start how I would start from the beginning and then grow from there so that we can really clean it up. So first, I'm going to take my little pouch here. Oh yeah, she knows. And then to be able to do the spin trick, your bird needs to be, she's in training mode. She's like, oh, what are we doing? So I'm just gonna move this a little bit and maybe get away from her, because when I'm really in her space, she's just waiting for the cue because she knows we're in training session and I have my pouch with the treats, so she's eyeing that. Okay, you need to chill, baby girl. So I'm just gonna do a couple of target with her because this is the beginning anyways. Your bird needs to be target trained to be able to do that. Yes, it's coming. If you don't know what target is, look up on my channel. There's a few videos about this that I explain what to do, how to do it, and why you should do it. And then once your bird is target trained, then yeah, the spin is a good trick to start with. So let's just get right into it. Now, if you do have questions as we go in regards to the training session or why I'm doing things or whatever, just put it in the, or you've been training your bird with target training or the spin and you're struggling with a few things. She's in training mode, so I'm going to try to keep her activated. Oh, you didn't want this one? Are you getting picky on your treats now? Please put that in the comments in the chat so that I can, once in a while, I'll take a look at it and answer your questions about the training, okay? All right, so first thing that I would want to do, okay, is have her to follow the target. Okay, so she did already the spin. She's already trained, right? So, but the first time you do it, you might have a hard time to get your bird to get to the other side, right? Okay, I'm letting her finish her treat. Okay, now let's do a full circle, okay? So we have the full circle here. Now, once I have the full circle, I mean, yes, this is going really fast because she knows how to do the trick already. It's just a little bit sloppy. She tends to put her beak on the perch, and I want her to stop doing that. You start phasing out the target. So I started with the target like this. Now I'm going to phase it out a little bit. The clicker tells her that she has done the behavior that I asked for, and there's a reward that comes in. So it's really important to click at the exact moment when you see the behavior that you want it. So now I'm phasing out even more. So the behavior is I want her to do a full spin. I'm not asking her to touch the target. I'm just asking her to do a full spin so that she registers that every time she does the spin, she gets the treat. So as soon as she's done the spin, I reward. Or well, I click and then reward. So I'm phasing out the target as much as I can. Try to get the reward as fast as possible so your bird doesn't get frustrated, because they know as soon as you click, there's a treat that's coming. It's going really fast because she knows what she's doing. So now the target stick is completely phased out. I'm just keeping it in my hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the target and I'm going to do the exact same thing, but only with my finger and the clicker in my hand. And I click as soon as she's done the full spin. She's eating. Okay. Now this is going way better than I thought, to be honest. So, because lately her spins weren't that great. She's really eager to train this morning. Okay, now once I get this full spin really easily, I'm going to start to phase out, because I'm using my finger as the target this time. So I'm going to try to phase out this whole motion that I'm doing because I want to put it on cue. My cue is this. That was easy. So my cue with my birds is I just like do a little finger thing close to them, right? So what I would do is I would slowly get that circle motion smaller and smaller, okay? So we'll do that. Hi, everyone. If you have questions about the training session, put that in the chat. I'll answer those, okay? It's actually going way faster than I thought. Okay, now I'm gonna go. So see how she wasn't following my finger the whole time, right? I stopped at some point, but I let her finish the rotation and then I clicked. And then reward. Okay. So slowly I'm going from a full circle motion with my finger to a half, and then eventually it's just going to be a... I do say spin at the same time, but her cue is not the word. Is the gesture that I'm making with my finger in my hand. So really important in between, you step outside a little bit of your bird's bubble, and so I'm someone that talks a lot with, I talk a lot with my hands, and see how she's looking a lot at the cue, right? She's waiting for a cue. So you have to be careful. If you're someone that is always talking with your hands, you have to be careful that you're not going to give the cue accidentally, because if you do that, they will say, hey, I've done what you're asking from me to do, and I'm not getting that treat, and then they can get frustrated. When they're younger, it's a little bit easier. They don't get frustrated and annoyed as quickly. They have longer patience, but then when they're an adult, the older the bird gets, the more annoyed they get easily. You just pooped on my floor. Yes, you did. Okay, let's see if we have... Hi, everyone. Don't forget, if you have questions, put that in the chat, okay? Okay, we're going to do this again. Good job. Wow, she's doing really good. Now, if you don't have a clicker, you can use a bridging word instead. So if I don't click, I can use, so my bridging word that I use with my birds is good job. Good job. And I try to always get the same intonation, because they'll know this is there. It does the same job as the clicker. So yes, you're waiting for another cue, baby girl. Are you? Yes. The only thing you have to be careful with the bridging word. Yeah, let's do this again. Good job. The only thing you have to be careful with the bridging word is that if you use a word that you use randomly all the time. So if you do say, for example, good job all the time to your birds for no particular reason, you can't use that, because if you might reinforce a bad behavior that you don't want to reinforce, right? So let's say, I don't know, like, I don't know, your bird is very excited, heightened, and then you say, oh, good job, you're so cute, good job, good job. Or you use the same type of intonations. Sometimes it can lead to putting like rewarding aggression, because parrots, the heightened state, when they're excited and in heightened state of emotion, it can flip to aggression really quickly. And sometimes the behavior looks very similar. Spin. Good job. Now I do, when I train, I'm going to use the word, like I said, I'm going to tell her to spin, spin. But the real cue here is the motion that I do with my finger. If I just, because you'll see, if I just say spin, she won't spin. Spin, spin. But if I do this, she's going to spin. And then if I say both, I say spin, and then I do the the gesture, that's the cue. She's still eating something. Oh, wait. Oh, she's ready. Spin. Then she's going to do it, right? Let's see if there's any questions here. Hi, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Lots of hi. Yeah, really cute bird. No questions. Anyone on here have birds or had birds in the past? What kind of parrots do you have? Anything, like from really small to big. I'd be curious to see if you had one. Are you looking to get one? Do you have one currently? I'd be curious to see. Yes. Okay, so this actually went way faster than I thought. Like, her spin is super well cleaned up now. So what she used to do, and I had a hard time with it, is that when she was getting back to the front, she would use her beak to stabilize herself. And then it became kind of like I had a hard time to remove it. So I thought to bring her here for the live training session to clean that up. But I think the fact that I used the target right from the beginning, she just did it. She's begging. So I usually go half an hour on these lives, and right now we're at almost 15 minutes. So I think I'm gonna do some. So I've been trying to like teach her to accept head scritches, which have been very difficult because she's very uncomfortable with human touch. If you don't know about Lucy, she used to be a breeding bird that I adopted last year. Well, I guess soon it's going to be 2 years already in December. Yeah, so I guess now we're into 2 years. And she was fully untamed, unapproachable, very aggressive. And now here she is. So, but she's still scared of hands and does not like human touch. So maybe I can do a little bit of that. And then if you want me to go back to the spin or you have questions about the training session that I'm doing, please put that in the chat, okay? All right, so we're gonna go slow. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking when I'm close to her and I see a calm behavior. So it's reinforcing calm behavior with my hand close to her. She's still eating. Are you done? So see, now she's uncomfortable. So I'm just, are you gonna come? So if she gets uncomfortable, whoops, I dropped it, sorry. Sorry, baby girl. If she gets uncomfortable, I need to back off a little bit because I don't want her to feel forced, right? I'm just gonna grab that treat that I dropped. Good. She's a little bit uncomfortable, but she didn't do any eye pinning. So if you don't know what eye pinning is with parrots, when they are stressed, scared, heightened, or about to snap, their pupil gets really small, big, small, big, small, big. This is what we call eye pinning. It's really a body language that says, "Oh, something's coming." See, now she's a little bit uncomfortable. I'm trying to just leave it longer. You're okay, baby girl. That was really calm. Like she moved away a little bit, but very slowly. So that was good. Are we gonna do one more time? Did you not eat that? And maybe after this, she doesn't like that. So I'm trying to keep those training sessions when I do this really, really slow. Really, really short, I mean. Sorry, I got distracted by a cat outside. You're okay, baby girl. You want to come here? You want to come here? No? Okay. I didn't really click in the right spot, but I was a little bit late. I saw exactly the moment that I wanted and clicked, but then it flipped like really quick to, no, I'm not comfortable. But see, now she's coming towards me. So that's good. She chose to come towards my hand. So this is good. So she's willing to face her fear and what she's uncomfortable with in exchange for a treat, obviously, but you have a little pin feather like no, you don't want this. Okay. Oh, you're ready? Yeah? Okay. She has a little feather right here. No, you don't like that? You want to come here? Come on. Okay. Yeah, so she's not really liking this one. So now, so I still have like 10 minutes to the slide. If you have questions, please put that in the chat. But we're going to do a little bit of recall training. She loves flying. So let's see how I can manage to do this so that you guys can see. I'm going to leave recall training. I like to do, I like to use a bridging word instead of the clicker just because there's less stuff going on. She's going to land on my hand and then I can say the bridging word and then just give her the treat. So let's just do, so she's going to be, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to put that a little bit higher like this so people can see. There you go. Okay, Lucy, come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good job. So not only I'm going to do recall, but I'm going to try to get her to station. Oh, good job. So that's good because there's the camera my phone that's filming and the ring light, and that's like not the setup that she's used to, but she still chose to fly to the perch, so to station. So that's good. Lucy, come on, baby. Good job. Station. Good job, baby. And then when you recall, you can change the level of your hand as well to have the bird fly a little bit higher, a little bit lower. What I would recommend is to always have the bird fly to your hand. Now, this is quite the process. It was the process with her. Okay, come on, baby. Come on. Good job. So when I got her, station, yeah, good job. You don't like the sunflower seeds anymore or what? Okay, I thought that you were not liking the sunflower seeds. So Lucy, when I got her, because she was a breeding bird, she was basically trapped in a cage. I don't really have the history, so I don't know for how long, but she had a really hard time to land on something, and she was not a great flyer at all. She would crash all the time. So at the beginning, it was very difficult. First, she was scared of me, but then she saw Olive, my black-eyed conure. Okay, come on. She wants to fly to me. Good job. Fly to me because I would do recall training with Olive. And then she one day you can tell when a bird is trying to get somewhere, their body is going to lean towards where they want to go. And I could see her that she wanted to fly to me. So I put my arm up and she flew onto my arm. Now from this moment, the hard part was to get her to my finger. So see, this is what she would be doing. So what I did is then I would give the reward on my finger and she would have to come and get it. Oh, what are you doing? You're not eating your treats. Why is that? But now what I'm doing, I have my thumb up. See how I have my thumb up like this? She can't go on the other side. So she kind of stuck here, right? If I put my thumb down, she's going to have the habit to like go this way. And the other thing you can do is just, see, she won't stay. And because she was not tamed at all and she had aggressive tendencies, the last thing I want is her to be on my shoulder close to my face. Because Lucy, when she's scared, not as much anymore because I think she's trusting me more, but her first reflex, you know how birds, or if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, when they're scared of something, they either fly away or they fight. So their fight or flight reflex are really, really strong. Because her flight ability wasn't that great, for her it was safer to fight. So her first reflex would be to bite me, right? So if I have her on my shoulder, close to my face, and then she gets scared of something, well, guess what could happen? She could just bite my face off. So that was not the plan, obviously. So I worked really hard to have her to be comfortable on my hand instead of my arm. And then because the other thing is they will always, we call this shoulder rushing. So a bird that is uncomfortable where they are, they're going to get to the highest point. So that's why there's a lot of birds that will land on your head, on your shoulder. They'll stay on your shoulder because it's the highest point they can be on you. And it's harder to grab them right? Well, your head, I guess you could, but it's higher, so it's easier to get away. So they have a tendency to rush up your shoulder. Come on, baby. Come on. Good job. But if you have them trained to fly onto your hand like this, you don't get that shoulder rush anymore because they get comfortable to be on your hand. And if they don't, they know they can fly away. And then, yes, you're so cute, baby. I know you don't like me to touch you. I know. Just touch her tail. And she's like, nope, I don't like that. I was about to say something and then I forgot my train of thought. I lost it. I lost my train of thought, baby girl. Are we doing a spin? Because really that's what we were supposed to do, right? Spin. Good job. Yeah, so her spins are pretty cleaned up. That was a great training session for sure. And we've been able to clean that up much faster than I thought. Are you okay, Olive? Yeah, I can't have Olive, my black-cape conure, and Lucy at the same time out because Lucy cannot handle any other birds around her. I don't know if you can see, if I turn her around, can you see that she has one of her toe is missing a claw? Let me see. She's like, what are you doing? Are you turning me around? So there's one of her toes, I don't know if you can see, but she's missing a full claw. I don't have the story behind that, what happened, but I'm assuming that was bit off from another bird. So because, come on, she cannot, like, she has a huge bubble with other birds. Like, she just won't get other birds around her. She gets really aggressive and she's bigger than Olive. So I don't want them to fight because she could really hurt Olive. So yeah, we're not going there. Okay, come on, baby. Good job. All right, so we're getting towards the end of this live. I usually keep those lives only like half an hour. Let's see if there's any questions. Lots of hi, cute bird. Yes, hi. No questions about the training session. So I will leave it at that. That was a great training session because now her spin is well cleaned up. She's no longer using her beak to stabilize herself. So that's awesome. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. I go live every Saturday morning from 10 to 10:30 Pacific time. And you get to choose the topic that we're going to talk about on the live. The Thursday prior to the live, I put a poll up with 3 different options that you can vote on the community tab or post tabs, as well as Annie's Flock Instagram story. If you don't follow us on Instagram, you can do that. The link is in the description box of this live. I will leave the live up as soon as it's downloaded. It will be up and you can watch it on replay. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great week, y'all.